Welcome back, Shalligators. Today we are going to talk about supermodel Gisele, no last name needed, mostly because I can't pronounce it, getting knocked up at 44 by her jujitsu trainer boyfriend. How do we feel about this? Listen, we're gonna talk about starting over at any age. I'm gonna tell you why I'm like happy for her, but like with an asterisk, like, okay, like I'm happy for you, but I'm also gonna use this as an opportunity to rant, and I mean rant, about fertility. And this concept that women are being not only fed, I would argue force-fed, just shoveled right down our gullet, that our bodies, we're just all so infertile. I'm gonna talk about why I think Gisele's, fairly later in life pregnancy should actually be such a hopeful beacon to you, but I'm also gonna talk about like, girl, why the fuck are you doing this? Okay, before we get into it, we've got some things to discuss. As you know, it's Evil Week. It's my favorite week of the year. And this year I have bestowed upon you what I believe to be my most life-changing course ever. There's nothing more important than who you decide to surround yourself with. And let me tell you, it is a decision. And if you're not making it an active decision, if you're just, I don't know, friends with people because you've known them forever, because they happen to live next door, grow the fuck up. Stop looking at your life and wondering why it sucks. Stop looking at people living an amazing life and thinking, oh, I was just born that way, or I was just lucky, or I'm just a bitch, and I'm a hoe, and I'm a this, and all these other things. You know what I am, sweetheart? I'm strategic. Almost nothing in my life is left up to chance. You know why? Because I only get one. I only get one life. And I'm gonna live it so fully and so incredibly. And I can teach you how to do it too. I can teach you how to meet incredibly high value men. I can teach you how to make high value friends. I'm gonna tell you where to meet them, how to look, to blend in, literally how you carry yourself in the party, the questions to ask when you're mingling and socializing. And during this incredible Evil Week course, I'm giving you 6 different roadblocks that you're probably giving to yourself, these excuses about why you can't do it, from I don't live in the right place to I'm actually an introvert, I don't have the money, my friends are gonna judge me, I don't have a wing woman. Boom, 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 boom. I'm shooting all of these down. I'm gonna tell you how to dismantle these mindsets and clear the path so that you can meet the right kind of people, because you know what? You actually deserve it. If you are a fan of this channel, if you watch this channel, you are the 1% of the 1% in terms of self-awareness. I promise you that. There's a reason I don't have 10 million subscribers. There aren't 10 million of us out there. There's probably a good 5 million, we'll get there. But I'm trying to connect the ones who are here. So if you are here and if you're devoted to looking better and being better and feeling better and living better, a life that's not okay, that it's absolutely unbelievable, come on. This course is for you. This is what you've been waiting for. It's just enough ruthlessness with easy, simple behavioral hacks and mindset switches to get you out of this rut, out of this small town, small mindset, and into a better echelon of people. And you can do it right where you are. You actually don't have to pack up and move. But if you're going to, I can tell you how to do that also. You can watch the first Evil Week video here on YouTube, plus another one, but you can binge all 8 of them in the Shallontrage exclusively. And I put it there mostly because I want us to have access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other like-minded alpha females so that you have this group of elites already built in. So that when you go and make friends in real life, it's easier because you already got your clique. You have that confidence that we are going to give you. We're the wind beneath your wings. And if you want to meet some of these girls in real life, sweetheart, I've got you on that too. Come to Evil Meet. I have always wanted to do an Evil Week event, and the timing worked perfectly, the venue worked perfectly, it all came together because of course, and it's going to be for women who want to meet other alpha females. Plus me, we're going to be answering some questions, cocktails, canapes, glamour, sisterhood, alliances, empowerment, and leveling up. Go ahead and get your tickets right down below. And, oh my gosh, and one more thing, and this will cost you nothing. I'm doing a Halloween Evil Week Zoom. Anyone who wants to come, totally free. We're doing it Halloween at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I didn't want to do it too late in the day because, you know, we got plans to dress like a slutty armadillo or whatever, hand out candy with the kids. But I wanted us to be able to come together and talk about some of the stuff maybe that's going on with you in terms of your social climbing journey, any questions you have about Evil Week and the stuff that you've already seen. If you want a little bit more bad bitch alpha connectivity and energy. Well, you got to come to St. Bart's, sweetheart. My St. Bart's trip for February 2025 is launching. I am so excited about this. This is the most exclusive event I've ever done. It's only 8 people. This is not the trip you go on every single year. This is the trip you go on once in a lifetime. It's going to be unforgettable, incredibly luxurious, VIP. St. Bart's is notoriously exclusive. You really have to know where to go, on what day, what table, how to get in. It's not just a place anyone can rock up to and have the experience that you want from St. Bart's, but I can give it to you. And I can give you 8 other best friends along the way. So get your little paws on an invite exclusively via email. Click the link down below to enter your email to get the invitation sent to you. No spam ever. I don't know how to do it. And I also think it's a real dick move to spam people, so I'm not going to. Okay, we are ready to talk about Gisele. So what's going on with her? We know she divorced from Tom Brady, who, I'm sorry, are they related? What in the fraternal fucking twins is this? I am not a Tom Brady fan. I don't think he's attractive. I've always thought he looks like Mr. Peanut. I know I'm alone on this. Be happy. That just means there's more Tom Brady for you, girl. That's fine. Okay, we're all out for someone different. I'm out for Aaron Taylor Johnson. Not out for Shawn Mendes anymore. One of the girls in Shallon, we were talking about him, and she's like, he's just so womanly. That's so it. It's not even like he's feminine. He's womanly. There is a distinction. Tell me what you think. But like every time he edges towards being super masculine, he just walks that all the way the fuck back, puts on some pleated pants he fished out of a bin at fucking Dress Barn. Anyway, we're not here to shred and destroy Shawn Mendes. I would still destroy him if you gave me 20 minutes alone with that man. Anyway, Gisele. I love Gisele. I've always loved her. She's an elitist and a snob, which I adore. She's also very charitably minded. She's big into the environment and climate thing. Okay, we do need to talk. I'm sorry. I just need to offer it for a second here. It's an election year, all right? And I'm not going to get into politics. I've been very honest with you guys that I have become a single issue voter, and that issue is the environment. That issue is the environment. And a lot of us are single issue voters, whether it's abortion, it's the border. You know, I think those are kind of like the big ones, right? I feel like those are like the big divisive ones. I feel like my Republican friends are very much like the border. My liberal friends are abortion. And I 100% get both sides. I live in Montana and I look at the environment and I see how incredible it is. And so that's a really big thing for me. And one thing that has driven me bananas lately is people telling me that the climate crisis isn't real. First of all, okay, Dennis, let's say that it's not. What is the harm? What is the harm in erring on the side of caution and assuming that it is and voting and protecting and trying to do things to protect the environment? What's the downside there? I just have a little bit of trouble finding out why we would roll the dice on the only planet we've got, which, by the way, is a hella good one. Have you investigated Jupiter lately? Girl, she's a mess. You don't want to live in Jupiter? So here are just some fun facts. Here's some fun facts about some climate records that were shattered in 2024. Yes, I looked these things up because I hate it when people try to gaslight me and be like, I don't think it's real. Would you want it if someone was like, oh, the border crisis isn't real. Women have plenty of rights. No, the things we care about are real. And no matter what side of an issue you fall on, if you tell the other side you're crazy, this isn't real, no progress ever happens. And we are the elites, we're the 1% of the 1%. We are allowed and able to have these discussions in a nuanced and respectful way. And honestly, okay, I guess a lot of people aren't. We are. And everyone always keeps it very cute in the comments, which I appreciate. Here we go. Here are some places that broke their heat record this year. The Congo, Costa Rica, Mali, Ghana, Egypt. So yeah, Africa is super hot. Mexico. And in August 2024, a new temperature record capping Earth's hottest summer since they started recording it in 1880. And this is from NASA. This isn't from like a BuzzFeed quiz that I just took, okay? So listen, there's been a lot of progress in renewable energy. The post office has electric vehicles now, which I guess is like a really big deal. There's also motionless turbines, but it's great for the environment. It's great for wildlife. Like it's not disruptive. So this is good. And this is a trend I want to keep going. So I just wanted to put that out there for people like, climate change isn't real. Okay, there's a lot of things in this world that isn't real. And one of them is Tom Brady's attractiveness to me. Let's go back to it. Okay, so him and Gisele split up. By the way, you want some tea on this? Oh, do you want some tea on this? Remember how he retired and then unretired? Do you know why? Because he lost all his money in crypto. I know a lot of people who know him and they're like, that's why he went back to football. He had to. Him and Gisele lost like all their money. What do you guys think about crypto? I have never met a tolerable man who believes in crypto. Do you know what I mean? Crypto's the future. Of what? Of what? It's actually the inverse of Tom Brady's future. It sucked his future from him. It's not backed by anything. And do you know what the United States dollar is backed by? The United States nuclear weapons arsenal. That's what backs up our currency, that we will literally fight to the death to defend our economic system and our way of life. Crypto's backed by like Twitch streamers trying to get a vape brand deal. You know, it's just Jake Paul. So they separated. And rumor had it she was seeing her jiu-jitsu instructor, Joaquim, who looks, hot. No one's gonna be as hot as her. And I've interviewed her before. She is a stunner. Her body is unbelievable. It's just this noodle, this beautiful noodle. She has this kind of like little boy look. I mean that in a good way, like a tomboy, like freckles. And she doesn't strike you as like glamorous. Like Adriana Lima is like glamour, right? Monica Bellucci, glamour. Gisele's more like down to earth, like adorable hippie girl. But creature-like in her beauty. Unbelievable. And so, yeah, there were rumors that, she was dating the jiu-jitsu instructor. I was like, I don't know, maybe. Well, evidently, yeah, she's knocked up. And I guess she told Tom. I'm sure he took it fucking great. Because here's the thing. Her and this dude were friends for a long time. And this is a classic case of you versus the guy she told you not to worry about. And Gisele has come out swinging against rumors that she was cheating. She's like, you know what? This is what everyone says when a woman has basically the balls to say, I'm getting out of a relationship that's not happy for me anymore. They're like, oh, she must be cheating. I wasn't. We were friends and now we're more. I'm summarizing, but that's the spirit of her message. And that's really true. I think that's really true. When a woman moves on, especially with someone who was always in her life, it's like, well, she was cheating. However, if we see a guy do this, we're like, that bitch was absolutely cheating on me. And if he wasn't like cheating, he was having an emotional affair. There was something there. There was something in the ether. So in that sense, I'm kind of team Tom on that one. And who knows if she was gaslighting him about it for like even a day. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it truly was strictly business until she was single and she's like, oh, the guy who just pinned me to the mat. Have you ever like fought with a guy? Not like, but like physically fought? Oh. I date a lot of high-speed military type of dudes and I'm just like, you wanna throw me around a little bit? I asked them to teach me how to fight so they don't feel like this is like a weird rape play. And I'm like, yeah, teach me how to fight. Teach me how to pin someone down. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And yeah, if you really like feel the force of a man like pinning you down, like really, it's foxy. So I get it, Gisele. What I don't get is having a baby with this man. She has like 2.85 kids. She's the bonus mom, a stepmom to Tom Brady's 17-year-old son, Jack, with his ex, Bridget Moynihan, who he left when she was 8 months fucking pregnant to get with Gisele. And then she has 2 kids of her own, the oldest of which is 14. I think 11. Moms, if you have a teenager, can you imagine starting over? To me, I don't have kids, but I have a career. And so to me, that is like becoming an intern or like enrolling in college and moving into the dorms. That's what it feels like to me. And that was a wonderful experience, but it had its time and place. I don't think it's an experience I want to repeat or start over at this juncture. And it blows my mind that women do. It's not like, well, her kids are 5 and 6. Like, all right, she's still in kid mode. Like, her kids are very independent. They're like little people. They're people now. They're the peoples. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, on one hand, you do, because there's nothing more romantic to do with someone than creating a baby together. On the flip side, there's also probably nothing more, let's just be honest, destructive and corrosive to your relationship than importing a third party. I say this shit all the time. If someone was like, hey, we're gonna get a sister wife, what? Like everyone would freak out. You're gonna let a third person into this sacred relationship? She's bringing in resources, conversation, chores that she's doing. She's taking that blowjob off my hands every Thursday night. A kid, they take. I mean, that's the whole deal. They take. It's a very long time until they give something back, kind of, if ever. The ROI there is love. Ostensibly, that's a long time. You know, children don't have empathy until they're 3 or 5. Yeah. It's a very draining experience. Again, I don't have them because it seems like such a draining experience. So, like, you get when you're in like that heady blush of love, like, yeah, breed me, daddy. But then it's like, wait, oh, you bred me. Now we got to coordinate school pickup. And my nipples, they're going to chew them off. It's a romantic idea. For me, at least. It's a very romantic idea that you like love to talk about, like sailing around the world or opening a bakery. I actually, in real life, don't like to sail. And how many croissants can one human eat in a week? Do you know what I mean? So I don't really get it. I don't get it. And I wonder if she's one of these women who like has to have a baby with everyone she's with. You know who's like that? Is that bitch from Christina on the Coast. Flipper flop, Christina on the Coast. Christina, I don't know, she's been married 500 fucking times. Almusa, she was on Flipper Flop with Tarek Almusa. Now she's back to her maiden name. She gets married every 18 months, has a baby, gets in a horribly contentious divorce, learns nothing, right back out there, rinse and repeat. Like, you do not need to have a baby with everyone you marry. How about this? You don't need to marry everyone you're boning. Just go be a slut. It's actually fine. You know who cares? Pretty much almost no one. Nobody cares. So yeah, in a lot of ways, I don't get what Gisele is doing, and yeah, I don't know, man. What do you think? Here's what I do like, though. Life goes on. And I don't mean like the life in her tummy. I mean her life. When we get out of something that we thought was forever, or you know, maybe we didn't even think it was forever, but we just were kind of hoping it would be for 6 months, you know, just to like give us a break from being single or being alone, or, you know, just like, can I just have like a year of a relationship and then I'll probably be good for like 2 years on my like genuinely happy single. Like we think that. So when those things end, the amount of like hope it takes with you is, I mean, you are down bad. Wait, can we talk real quick? I'm reading a book, The Girls in the Shallon Entourage. I named it. I can't even say it. Suggested it. It's called Single Revolution. You guys might have read it. It's by this chick, Shani Silver. It is so good. It's basically how to be happy single, but like actually. And her whole central focus is you're not wrong single. You're not broken, pathetic, shameful, disgusting single. And everything that's written about singles and for singles, whether it's The Bachelor or podcasts or books, is, well, here's how we fix it. Here's how we fix you. Let's settle you down. Patriarchy wants a woman settled. Get her off the streets. And it's really just been eye-opening. I am actually very good single, so it's very affirming for me to read, but I can also feel the wiring inside of me being like, no, you are broken single. You need a partner. It's in there. It's ingrained. And I'm pretty independent. I'm pretty feminist bad bitch on that front. And so if I feel like that, I know we all feel like that. So anyway, you might want to give that book a read. This isn't an ad. I just am really liking it. But it kicks up that concept of my life is over. When I'm single, my life is just, I'm like a sim, just sitting there. Only I'm miserable. I'm a miserable sim, just sitting and floating. And to see people like Gisele or Jennifer Lopez, who she will rise from the ashes of this Ben Affleck thing, or honestly anyone, like Kim Kardashian, like people, Kourtney Kardashian, people getting up and going on. You remember there's still good times to be had. And there really still is love out there. There is. And I know what you're saying, but I wanted that love. I know. I get it. But what I have tried to click into, and this has been huge with Laura St. John, my mindset coach, link is down below if you want to try her stuff for free for a week. There's like no pressure. It's amazing. Is you're trusting the path. I am trusting that God moved this out of my way, the higher power, whatever you want to call it, because there is something bigger and better. And you know, when I look back at my dating trajectory, my life trajectory, any trajectory, it really does just keep going up. I get more data and I learn more. And so for that, in that sense, I look at Gisele and I'm like, hell yeah, girl. You went through this catastrophic divorce, which I'm sure felt catastrophic, no matter how amicable it is. You think someone's your forever. Maybe that was not the plan to start over. But that's amazing. That's amazing for her. And it's amazing for all of us. And it really is, as stunning and horrible as a breakup is. I went through one in the last few weeks. If you're in the Shallon entourage, you've heard all about it. My dominant feeling was just shock. I was just stunned. I was stunned at the betrayal, and I was stunned at what happened and how this person changed, how the situation changed. And that feeling of shock is truly one of the most disruptive ones, because you're like, I have no idea what's out there. I have no idea what's coming around the pipeline. I think I know. And oh, I don't. And guess what? It's not like, whoa, a 10-carat diamond ring. No, it's this person betrayed me. He betrayed me. That's the shock. And you focus on that and you're like, I don't even want to leave my house because I can't really handle any more surprises for today or ever. But then someone from your past gets in touch. I miss you, I'm sorry. You meet someone new. You meet 5 new people. And you're shocked in a different way. And it teaches you Newtonian physics. What? Where is she going? Yes, Newtonian physics. Newtonian physics says that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So for every horrifying garbage shock, well, Newtonian physics, which we learn in school, which our whole system operates on, says that, you know what? That means that there's a capability for that kind of like, I did not see that coming, in a positive way. And I get it. When you're down bad, it's so hard to conceptualize. You're like, I don't know. I feel like I've been handed a whole bunch more like terrible shocks than happy ones in my life. Well, I'm with you, because those are the ones that just hit so deep. But when you pull back and when you tell yourself, I am open to these happy shocks, I am open to these happy earthquakes, you'd be surprised not only how often you see them, even if they're small. That's the thing. It's like, wait, my coffee's free? Thank you. I won the raffle? Like little things. And I hold on to these little happy earthquakes. I collect them because I mush them all into a ball. And I hold that happy ball up to the big sad ball. And I'm like, you know what? This happy ball's bigger. I just mush all the happy ones together until it blocks out the sad ones. And the more I start to attune my vision to the happy earthquakes, the more they keep happening. I think it's the universe responding, which is quantum physics. I know. You came for Gisele and you're here about quantum physics. Quantum physics is you put a vibration out there and it bounces back. Like the atoms and the universe and the electrons respond and they mirror back what you put out. So you put out that energy of something cool is going to happen today. And the universe is like, all right, it just bounces right back on you. And more cool things start to happen. And now you have data that life isn't just sad earthquakes, it's happy ones too. And so when the bad ones do happen, there's this little bitty place you can touch back to that's like, well, I'm like bereft right now, but I remember won that raffle. And no, that doesn't balance out my boyfriend cheating on me. It doesn't. But it reminds me that, you know what? Life can still surprise me in a positive way. And yeah, that day it was a raffle, and maybe tomorrow it's going to be the love of my life. I don't know. So when I think of Gisele, I think of that, and that makes me happy. Now it's time for a rant. It's time for a rant. And it's a rant about fertility. I could go on and on about this forever. And you know what? In the Shallon Entourage, I rant about this a lot. And when I talk about fertility, the pushback I get is, shut the fuck up, sit down. Not only do you not have kids, you don't even want kids. So we're going to erase you from this conversation. You don't count. You know what? I don't own a plane and I can't fly a plane. I think I should have some kind of an opinion about the safety of a plane and how a plane is made, whether it's made of steel and fiberglass or whether it's made of paper mache and gum. But I'm sorry, I didn't know that I had to be a pilot in order to give a fuck about something that directly would impact my life. And you know what? The happiness of women does. And children coming into this world also impacts my life. I am in this world. And a lot of people want to erase women who don't have kids, is that we're just not here. We're home with our cats. First of all, what's wrong with being in my home? Have you seen it? It's very nice. And also, what's wrong with cats? JD Vance, are you okay? What is your obsession with what happens in my uterus? What is your obsession out there? Okay. What we're talking about. Let me rant. I am fucking done with this fertility apocalypse that is being foisted upon women, where all we hear is you're not fertile, you're running out of time, freeze your eggs, IVF, embryo this, surrogate, Enough. Who is benefiting from this? Well, we are, Shallon, because we have all these options to deal with our health. No, baby girl. You have been gaslit into thinking you need a lot of options. You actually don't. The vast majority of women who either believe they're infertile or are dealing with infertility are not infertile at all. You know what they are? They're fucking stressed and they're neurotic. This is my theory, and this is backed by science, by the way. When you're stressed, your body does not know where it's coming from. It comes from inside, it comes from the mind, it goes to the body, it bounces back and forth, back and forth. Your stress reactors don't know if this stressor is a war, a famine, an intruder, a paper that's overdue, a boss that doesn't like you, or your own self-created stress about not being able to have a baby. But you know what your body says? Whoa, something out there is really bad because she's freaking the fuck out. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna help this girl out. She's not gonna get pregnant. She has enough on her plate. She's not gonna get pregnant. We might not even give her her period if that's how stressed she is. And you know what? It seems like blowing her hair dry really stresses her out. Let's just make her hair fall out. Fuck it. You're so welcome, girl. We're here for you. Your body thinks it's helping you. And it doesn't know if that stressor is you freaking out about not being able to have a baby. It's just shutting off the whole thing. You hear this all the time from women. We did 85,000 rounds of IVF, gave up. 3 months later, we got pregnant just on the natch. Yeah. What the fuck is a doctor's incentive to tell you that? This is a job, baby girl. This is a business. This is an industry, okay? Did you know that private equity firms are buying up fertility clinics? That's bad. That's bad. You know what private equity does? They come in and they buy either businesses that are like failing or who are very on the up and up. And they grab it by the throat. They trim the fat. They merge, they fire people. They really scale it, like whittle it down, make it lean and mean. And then they resell it or jack up the price of whatever that industry is. Okay? You think fertility stuff is expensive now? Just wait until private equity sinks its teeth into it, because that's what's coming. I know a lot of PE people. They're like, oh yeah, that's 100% what we're investing in. You have to follow the money. This is like with COVID. It is a cash fucking cow, this fertility industry. You need to freeze your eggs. Do you know how bad that is for you? estrogen bomb in your body, the female cancers that are linked to these things? No, you don't know about it because a doctor is not going to tell you. Their idea is, hey, she wants to freeze her eggs. I'm giving her the service she wants. Why freak her out about something that might not happen? Also, this kind of isn't my job to read the fine print on this. It's her body, it's her choice. It's on her to do the research. I've gotten Botox since I was 22. I have never once in my life had a Botox person be like, hey, so this is like poison we're injecting inside of you. Here could be the long-term effects. Never. That's on me. And I don't believe that they should tell me that. That is on me. I've got the same Google everyone else does. But these women who are doing these fertility things, they're not even being encouraged to investigate this. And you know what? You guys are going to be in the comments. Some of you will be in the comments telling me to shut the fuck up. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let me get this straight. I'm not even allowed to ask questions about this or encourage other women to ask questions. Yeah, that was the deal with COVID and BLM too. How did that turn out? Was I right there? Was I also right? Was I also right? Yes, I'm right now. I'm looking out for you, girl. I'm trying to look out for you. You know who isn't? Big Pharma. Who's incentivized to push you in one direction or the other? Is it me? What the fuck is my dog in this fight? Theirs. This is huge. Oh, you're probably going to have trouble getting pregnant, so you should probably take all these shots. Oh, they're going to help me get pregnant? Mm-hmm. They're going to fuck your hormones up and you're going to grow a beard, but you'll have a baby with a beard. And by the way, this concept of the geriatric pregnancy, that's what they call it if you're knocked up over the age of 35. Do you know where they get that data from? Do you want to know? One of my best friend's husband is a doctor. He told me this. A Harvard doctor, not like online. They got that data from the medieval period. That's the 1300s. But again, if you're geriatric, well, you need more doctor visits. You need these special monitors. You need these special drugs. And I'm not saying that all of the things that doctors tell us are fake. Of course not. But I'm saying that follow the money. Follow the money. Yeah, have a few more monitors, have a few more doctor visits. That's probably not going to hurt you. But there is an incentive that's coming from the top to push you in that direction. I overall just feel that women are being erased. Let me explain to you what I mean. We look at the progress of women over the last, let's say 50 years, and we call it that. We call it progress. Back in the 60s, when it was still like housewives and whatever, because the whole, like the 60s, that was like the late 60s. That was 1969, okay? So the 60s. If you wanted a baby, you needed a husband. And you know what you needed in order to get a husband? Home economic skills. You need to be able to cook, sew, communicate, be patient. You had to sustain a marriage. Not just find a guy and get knocked up. You had to sustain a marriage, okay? That was your path to being a mom. Then the 70s comes along. It's a feminist revolution. And they're like, hey, you don't need a husband. You don't need to be married to have a baby. Okay, wow, this is really loosening the reins. Then the 80s come along. You got sperm banks. You don't even need a boyfriend. We got all this jizz right here for you, right? Just buy it. Then the 90s. You don't need your egg. We've got a donor egg. We can just whip it up and stick it up in there. And now you don't even need a body. We've got surrogates. And you know what we don't have is women. And you know what we don't have is a family structure. And I'm not saying go back to the 50s. I'm saying we are doing ourselves a disservice if we don't pull back and look at the Jurassic Parkification of our bodies, the holy sacred womb, and the divine magic of reproduction, and ask ourselves, is this all positive? Some of it, yes. But surely not everything. Equal and opposite reactions. Remember? Funny how it all comes back around. So, I look at Gisele and I see her pregnant at 44. I don't know, maybe they did 1 billion hours of IVF, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. I know so many people who get pregnant in their 40s, like completely naturally. So many. And I know people who are 28 and can't get knocked up to save their life. And when I look at these two different types of women, I wouldn't trade places with the 28-year-old for $1 billion. They are tense, neurotic. They are also potentially with the wrong partner. I think we need to let Mother Nature, I think we need to let her breathe a little bit. Get off her dick. Stop trying to force nature into what we want. No, I want it. This is another problem I have, is the absolute insufferability of women on their fertility journey. First of all, you use that word right there. I know you're playing a card meant to manipulate me, meant to get your way and to edge everyone off from giving you probably extremely constructive feedback or even asking questions. It's a journey. I'm on a fertility journey. Rainbow emoji. Hashtag rainbow emoji. I have a real problem with these kind of people because I view them as incredibly coercive. Not that you should be silent about your fertility struggles. Of course not. If that helps you and that helps you connect and makes other people feel alone, amazing. But you know the kind of people I'm talking about. And they're the ones who tell me to shut the fuck up, that I don't have a voice. Actually, yeah, I do. And my voice goes out to about 500,000 people, so. Sorry about that. And what their pushback always is you don't get it because you don't want kids. And therefore, your input on this, despite being a woman, despite living in the world in which these kids will inhabit, yeah, I actually do have some skin in this game. Because I don't want kids, I don't get it. What don't I get? What you basically have is disappointment. You want something, you can't have it, you're disappointed. Oh, you own that feeling? You own that pipeline of want and disappointment and suffering? Why? Because it's my wiring as a woman. Okay, well, my wiring as a woman is to want something different. Does that mean my wants don't count? You know what I want is another TV show and a best-selling book. And if I'm constantly posting about my TV show journey, my bestseller journey, people would be like, girl, you have to stop. It would sound deranged, douchey, and entitled, and completely out of touch. And everyone would say, girl, life doesn't owe you those things. Life doesn't owe you those things. Oh, but a baby? 100%. Yeah, manipulate the laws of nature. Annihilate your body. Completely destroy your relationship with your partner, if you even have one, and you don't need one. Be a single mom. That sounds fun. I grew up with a single mom. It's tough. It's real tough. It's not a picnic. There's upsides for sure, like anything, equal and opposite reactions. There's a lot of downsides. I think it's always going to be easier with another pair of hands around and another income. But it drives me crazy that the only want out there, the only need, the only disappointment is their need because it has to do with a baby. And everyone else can fuck off and sit down. I don't really go in for that. I can see that for the coercion it is. And now you've identified yourself as a manipulative person, and now there's blood in the water and you've attracted me. A logic predator. And I'm gonna gobble up these arguments like a great white shark. Because what those people are doing is still foisting that idea on young women, any women, that hey, you're gonna have a hard time getting pregnant. You need to do all these things. Look how hard it is for me. Look how hard it is for me. And you know what? It's not because I'm neurotic. And I'm not saying that this is all people who can't get pregnant. No, it's gonna be hard for you too. Because misery loves fucking company. And so they're gonna tell you that your journey is going to be exactly that. And you should prepare for this to be hard. And so when a doctor tries to sell you on freezing your eggs or some random injection or genetic testing, blah, 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 damn it, you better say yes, because it is ugly out there. No, it isn't. Connect back into your divine feminine magic. This is why, I'm sorry, trans women aren't fucking women. You're whatever it is you have created in a lab. I don't know. You're not us. You do not have this sacred womb. You don't. You can't create it. I can't create the sacred masculine. I can do whatever I want, grow as much hair on my back as I need to. I am never going to be that. stay out of our lane. I've talked about this. We're not bringing them into this conversation. I'm sorry I even brought it in, but enough with this fertility apocalypse. Enough. Nope. You trust in your body. You get your body healthy. Maybe you can't get pregnant because you're vaping all the goddamn time. Maybe you can't get pregnant because you're stressed and your body is out of balance. Your relationship is out of balance. Maybe that rejection is protection. I know these are very unpopular things to say to women because when a woman wants a baby, the whole world has to step aside and say, whatever you want, princess. If you want that, then God damn it, you move heaven and earth and DNA and cells and embryos and zygotes and whatever to get it. I'm not going to tell you that because I want you to actually have a healthy, happy life. And maybe it's not with this dude and his weird jizz, okay? Maybe you're meant to leave that relationship, take a chance, be a woman, meet someone who is actually a partner to you that your body's like, that's the DNA we want. I see it all the time. Rant is over. Okay, rant is over. Tell me what you guys think about this. And I know that these are very incendiary, unpopular opinions, but I'm an incendiary and occasionally unpopular person, and I'm not afraid to be. Because this little rant I did helped at least one of you. And if it helped one of you, great. If it pissed a bunch of you off, fuck, I don't care, dude. Like, toughen up. You know, if you can't hear any counter ideas or feedback about your fertility journey, honestly, like, good luck with parenthood because there's going to be a lot of feedback and pushback from the thing you're trying to create inside your body. Children are such assholes so much of the time. They're going to tell you look old. Do you know that? They're going to tell you you're embarrassing. So, hey, I'm just giving you, with this rant, a little crash course in what it's going to be like dealing with an irrational, entitled creature that won't shut up. Welcome to your future, okay? It was just a little sample. Anyway, if you hate me, I'm sorry. I'd hate me too for a variety of reasons. One of them being I live an incredible life. You want to live it too? Join Evil Week. Exclusively in the Shallon Trash. Well, we've got 2 videos on YouTube that I think you're really going to like. Check them out. Get a little taste of the course. Join me for a Zoom on Halloween. It's totally free. Come on down. If you want to come with me to St. Bart's, click the email link below and get the invitation exclusively via email. We're going to open it wide to everyone else next week. It's probably going to be sold out though. There's only 8 spots. And if you live in the New York area and you're free on 11/11, join me for Evil Meet, our very first Evil Week themed meetup. It's a chance to connect with amazing alpha chicks, network, more than like a network, that sounds so businessy, but truly create not just friendships, but alliances. You don't have to level up alone. And of course, I will see you in the Shalantrage, our little girl gang on the internet, where you're gonna have hundreds of best friends built in, myself included. All right, Shalligators, I'll see you later. What was this? What did I do this for? What was that? That was stupid. I'm sorry.